Hello, friends. I hope all of you are doing well. So, it is another Monday. I hope all of you are either completing your work, joining your work, wherever you are. So, great to see you all. So, today I'm coming with an interesting topic, which I found maybe helpful for all of you, especially in your organizational and personal life. So, this is with regard to 7 critical coaching questions, which we can apply and practice in our work or personal life context, as I mentioned. Uh, you know, effective coaching depends in great measure on the ability to ask probing questions. And that can uncover why the employee being coached is not achieving the desired degree of success. So here, what I am trying to bring is 7 questions which you can apply, in your practice. And this is adapted and taken from the work of Michael Bungay Stanier. Michael Bungay Stanier wrote the book, The Coaching Habit, a very interesting book, which I will highly recommend, which says, say less, ask more, and change the way you lead forever. So these 7 questions are useful for everyone involved in the leadership role. So we will quickly move on to the 7 questions. Let me take you there. So the first question is also known as the kickstart question. When I'm having a conversation with my colleague in the workplace. So Bungay Stanier called this as kickstart questions. And from the wording itself, what is on your mind? Quite often, yes, there is an understanding that as a leader or a manager of people, you know that person who is working with you well. So that is something which we have to understand. So the kickstart question, as we can see, and it starts. It's a question that say, let us talk about the things that matter most. But when you are in a very when you very well know the person, we know that what is on your mind is a very simple question to ask. So that is question number 1, the kickstart question. The next one, we have that conversation with the person with the good opening, and we start the conversation, and we are moving into getting a bit more detail from our colleagues. So and what else? We call this what else. So it creates more wisdom, more insights, more self-awareness, and more possibilities. And what else? And you get a bit more insight and information from the discussion from your colleague. In case the employee is likely holding something back or simply didn't say everything. And this is a question which may help the person to go deeper to the next level. Now, when you are having, and what else, it also prevent you from jumping into too quickly to start giving advice, which may not sometimes address the employee's real problem or challenge which he or she like to present. So we have seen the first question, what's on your mind? Second, and what else? The third question is the focus question. What is the real challenge here for you? Now, Bungay Stanier highlights that asking the focus question will save you from wasting too much time and effort solving the wrong problem. So I'm asking, what is the real challenge for you here? What as a leader I should do? When people start talking to you about the challenge at hand, what is essential to remember is that they are laying out for you is rarely the actual question. So you are digging deeper and connecting personally with your colleague so that he or she may be able to highlight what their challenge is from their vantage point. So now the employee is being asked to think about a little more and analyze deep down why of this problem. So, you can easily identify and support the person with that. Now, so we have seen the focus question. The next one is the foundation question. In the foundation question, as we can see, you are building on, as we have seen, what is the real challenge and what you want. Now here, organizing the need gives you a better understanding of how you might best address the one. Sometimes, in an organization, the way in which organizational design is there may be some support the leader might be providing to the staff member. So what do you want? Directly try to address. And this is a powerful question, put the employee being coached in control of the situation. What do you want? It also brings ownership. And we can also understand that how he or she is visualizing what success look like in his or her own eyes. And they will most likely be willing to a fellow traveler as along the road, and that will take them to the desired success. So that is question number 4. So as we have seen, what you want, what would you like to see happen, the foundation question. Now coming to the 5th question, Bungay Stanier highlight this as a lazy question. This is a lazy question which forces your colleague or the fellow member to make a direct and clear request and prevents you from immediately leaping into action. And in this perspective, once again, this question includes the employee being coached seemingly in control and find the remedy for the problem. The underlying assumption is that help will be needed to overcome the problem, and the manager or supervisor is offering that help. So how can, and imagine that quite often, asking this question, how can I help as a leader, is something which people always are keen to hear. How often, imagine that people in your organizational hierarchy ask that question, and you might have wished if that question is being asked to me, how can I help? Now moving into the next question, which is the 6th question within the 7th question, is the strategic question. Sometimes when we are doing one thing, something else may not be happening. So this is a strategic question. It has been said that the essence of strategy is choosing what not to do. A yes is nothing without the no that gives it boundaries and form. So Again, in question, as we are, we always know that there is opportunity cost for everything. And again, this question forges the team between the manager and the employee and creates a pact that together they have decided on a solution to solve the problem that the employee has admitted. And so it is building on, as we can, how can I help? Now, when we are doing this, what else are we not going to do? So this is something emerges from question number 6, the strategic question. And finally, the learning question from that conversation. What was most useful for you? That is the learning question. It is the learning for both the manager or the leader who is there, as well as the employee. So not only do you help people to see and then embed the learning from conversation, but you're finishing on this was useful note. People are going to remember the experience more favorably than they otherwise might. What was most useful to you? So a quick recap. We will move into the 7 questions. What is on your mind? The kickstart question. And what else? The O question. What is the real challenge here for you? The focus question. What do you want? What would you like to see happen? The foundation question. How can I help? The lazy question. The strategic question, if you are saying yes to this, what saying no to? And 7th one, what was most useful for you? The learning question. I hope these 7 questions, imagine that if you can have this conversation, again, you may not have to use all the 7 questions, but you got the crux of it. How beautiful it will be in the work environment when fellow colleagues, and especially when you have responsibility as line manager and there are team members under you who can be coached by this simple 7-question framework. I hope you enjoyed this short session. And again, thanks to Michael Bungay Stanier. And as I mentioned, I highly recommend the book, The Coaching Habit. That's all for today. I hope this short session was useful and meaningful for all of you. So stay safe, stay well, and in case of any questions, reach out. Let's catch up for a conversation. Thank you. Take care.